to Kenny. Um, I came here last night and there was nobody here. There were four people. I haven't really gauged the time people come on YouTube because many of my YouTube fans are actually not in Nigerian time zone. They're in American time zone. Anyway, I tried to gauge because 7 o'clock is a good time for people in Nigeria. So I think it's 7 o'clock Nigerian time. It could be. 43 seconds on this video is nobody here yet. Okay, we're going to be talking about everything. What is going on in the world? There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. A lot of things are changing. I'm here eating. What is wrong with this thing? I'm here eating my dinner. Or should I even call it my lunch? So I'm eating my lunch and slash dinner. It really should be my dinner. And I wanted to chat with you guys. I want you guys to post comments. If you want to give me anything, send what they call a super thanks. 400 naira, 500 naira, 10 pounds, $6, $10, $20, $100, whatever you want to say, send. If you don't have anything, don't send. I just want to chat briefly with you on where we're going. Share this live. I have left social media. I think I made a post. And I told you guys that eventually I'm going to leave social media and go back to where I started. I started on YouTube. YouTube was launched in 2005. I didn't start on YouTube. I'm only kidding. I started on MySpace. MySpace was there before anybody. It was because of MySpace that Facebook contacted me in December of 2003 for their February 2004 launch for beta in the universities. And then 2 years later, 2006, they launched to the public. There's a lot of history of me on social media. I'm literally the pioneer of social media in Nigeria. I'm thinking of starting to live streaming. If I start doing live streaming, I just talking 24 hours a day, then I'd like to do the Guinness Book of Records. Who can live stream the most? I don't know if they keep records of that. I don't even know my audience on YouTube, aside from those people in America. Some of you are like here. When I look at people watching my video, there are people who didn't even subscribe. They just waited for up next. Who are the 89,000 people on this YouTube? So I opened my first YouTube, fanada.com, in 2005, and then communications. And then, see, in those days, you only shared videos on YouTube. You did something, you wanted to put it to a place where somebody can watch it. Other people can watch it, 10, 20 people. Okay. So the founders of YouTube, Chad actually invited me to YouTube. She's one of the founders. They sold off to Google the next year, 2006. Google gave them a ton of money. Have you noticed that all those people that sold their apps to the bigger apps, we've never seen them anywhere else? They just gone into oblivion with their money. Just like Mikey and what's his name? The ones that sold to Zuckerberg. I knew Mikey very well. He was one of the co-founders of Instagram. When Zuckerberg took over Instagram, or I don't know where they went. Then that young man that started WhatsApp, he too collected the money and sold to Zuckerberg. Mark bought like every single app out there, but he could not buy Snapchat. Evan Spiegel. Okay, so Snapchat sent me this thing. Evan Spiegel wanted me to join because I was a prototype for other social media platforms when they were starting. I opened a Snapchat account in 2013. Evan Spiegel said, I love Snapchat. I've only used it once. 2013, 12 years ago. I've only used Snapchat once. I don't even remember the login. Should I go on Snapchat? Nah. I deactivated every single social media, including WhatsApp. I don't use anything anymore. I woke up last week and I just said to myself, I don't want to know anybody anymore. I already disconnected my family now since 2019 when I left Ibadan. I've disconnected a lot of people since I left Nigeria December 2022. I looked at all the celebrities, Tiwa Savage, Tony Abraham. I yanked everybody's phone number. I don't want to know anybody anymore in that whole industry. So I yanked people off. And then last week, anyone in my contacts deleted. I deleted my entire contacts. First thing I did was I deleted WhatsApp. I left WhatsApp for 4 years, 2021 to 2025. This year, I opened WhatsApp back. After they leaked my number during the Romani case, I never wanted to see WhatsApp again. Every time Dick and Harry was messaging me, abusing me, some used that opportunity to kind of like try to chat me or something, add me to groups and all. I just yanked it. 4 years. So in January, I came back. I deleted it again. I don't want it. I want to go back to where I started, YouTube, 2005. My space doesn't exist anymore. I have screenshots of my account, but many things don't exist anymore. Skype is gone. They have Zoom. I don't like Zoom. I don't have a need to talk to somebody on camera. I don't have any meetings I'm doing with anybody. I don't like Zoom, period. I mean, one Black Journalist Association in America, they do their meetings on Zoom. One day I came and I was the only one in, where was I? What country was I? I don't remember the country I was. I was probably in Cape Verde or one of those. But I was the only African there. The time difference was so big. I still came. But I just don't like the app. I don't like all this extensive technology. I started with this technology, but I'm now bored. I'm now 61. I'm elderly now, going on 62. So like I'm not really interested in any shit. I want to start streaming. What is streaming anyway? Talking 24 hours a day. I don't want to show my face. I don't want anyone to have access to me, anything about me. You just see my photo in the, what's it called, and you talk to me. That's all. That is all. Nobody appreciated me in Nigeria. I don't want to hear, oh, we love your work. Yeah, but did you appreciate the work? It's one thing to love something, and it's another thing to appreciate. When I came on social media, there was no monetization. We came on social media to share our work on our websites and our blogs. We use Twitter to share links. We use Instagram to share posts. We use Facebook to share links so that we can make more money on our Google blogs or our WordPress blogs. And the next thing you know, we're actually blogging directly on these platforms. Then the insults started, people going in the comments. There were no pictures on Twitter in 2009 until the plane crashed in the Hudson River. Miracle in the Hudson. There were no comment fields on social media until Facebook decided to add comments. Before, to be able to comment on Facebook, you had to go to Discuss, another app. Discuss would be embedded in a post in a newspaper or a blog or somewhere, and then you'll be able to comment. Discuss went obsolete when Facebook decided we're going to do a comment section. Twitter also opened a comment section. YouTube also opened a comment section. When the comment section came, there were more insults. There was more access to everybody posting insults on the person that created the post. The mental illness and mental health, the mental illness that some of the followers had, they'll drop it on the person that they're reading their page. So then PSI started. Parasocial interaction, where some of you think like you know Kemi Olunloyo, you can talk to me anyway or anyhow, and you're attached to what I do. No, I don't know you. I don't know anybody. We came here before the monetization, before the content creation. We were the content creators. We were the original content creators. The news creators were the original. We gave you news. We created news content. Today, a content creator might be what? Somebody making skits? Or somebody doing all kinds of stuff? Everybody having an opinion about something? Respect those of us that did not get money for these things. We worked for free. And then we started advertising little by little by little. I never advertised. The people that came to me for advertisement, I couldn't take their adverts. It's not everything you take. If somebody offered me a lot of money to have sex with them, that makes me a prostitute. Why would I take money from you for me to have sex with you? It's not all the money you take. But people were offering me money and advertisements to advertise Kayamata, real estate, land, things that they will scam others from. People were paying big money to real estate people for land and they did not get their land allocation. I didn't want to be part of that. People were selling stocks and Forex. I didn't want to be part of that. So it's not all money you take from people for adverts. When Meet Surrogate Moms paid me to do a voiceover advert for her, next thing you know, because my voice was the one on the voiceover, she posted on her Instagram that Kemi Olunloyo approves of what they do, the surrogate. I didn't approve of the surrogacy. You used my voice to do an advert. Now, because people hear my voice, it's like I approved of it. No. I was pissed off and I charged her a little bit more and she paid it and that ended that. Nigerians are fraudulent. Have they said anything about Akpabio? One thing you liked about in Nigeria was lies. And it's nice to give you lies. That's why I exited and all of you can get all the lies you want. Do you know that Akpabio is in a hospital in the UK with a stroke? I'm sure none of you know because it was not reported to you. Nigeria is the home of suppressing news. To cover up all the Akpabio stuff so that nobody puts that out. Even people like Instablog that know what's going on, they can't put it out because they have to be proper, politically correct, and put the news out as a politically correct piece of item. So they will not do anything until they're notified. He slumped on his birthday too. The same day as Natasha's birthday. Him and Natasha, Senator Uduagan, they share the same birthday. Remember that poster that I made? That post that I had Akpabio's picture and I said former Senate President of Nigeria? That could be happening now. Who is over here? There's 15 people on this live. Does anybody know anything about what happened to Akpabio? Can you respond in the comments? I'm waiting. Did you hear that Akpabio slumped in London and he possibly has a stroke? They try to cover it up with all the news about Lekki Toll Gate. Who asked Lai Mohammed to even talk about Lekki Toll Gate? The army used blanks. They didn't use bullets. Like, why is he saying that 5 years later? Last week he said, oh, nobody has showed up to claim their dead children in the massacre. That didn't happen. We know that. There was no massacre. I did a whole documentary. Nigerians ignored it. I don't repeat shit that I've done. They're trying to cover up the real news so that you can be well distracted. And Tinubu launches a book for Buhari today. They don't want you to know what's going on with your Senate president. Nobody has responded in the comments. Do you know what happened to Akpabio? Comment, people. Okay, so Rob Reiner died. Hollywood producer, director, actor Rob Reiner. It's amazing because when the news broke, they said a 78-year-old man and a 64-year-old woman was found dead in Rob Reiner's house. Now that's crazy. What kind of headline is that? Is that a police press? Identity of the people the next day was Rob Reiner and his wife. Slit in the throat, stabbed. Who overpowered them that much? They now say his son. Police have not actually, well, don't let me say that because I saw the press conference about 30 minutes ago. Remember, this is California, 8 hours behind Nigeria, probably 12, 15 hours behind where I am. So I'm sure they have said it that it's officially Nick that killed Rob and his wife, their son. Motive. Why was he killed? That has to be found out. As if that's not enough, their own child and another child discovered them dead. President Trump has already posted what he thinks about Rob's death. I know President Trump has done four condolences in the last 24 hours. The 3 young Black Army soldiers that were killed in Syria, that was really sad. 3 young Black kids, 2 females, 1 male. These young Black children, they joined the army to work, and then they're taken like that, 1920. He also did condolences for the 15 people killed at Bondi Beach in Australia mass shooting. And the third condolence President Trump did was the 2 students killed at Brown University. That shooter is still at large. Somebody's asking where I am. What concerns you with where I am? Mind your business. Nobody knows anything about me. It's none of your business. I've left Nigeria 3 years ago. Never tell anybody where you live, your address, the city, the states, the country. It's nobody's business. I'm living a very private life now. President Trump wrote a very, very, I don't know what to describe that note. He posted it on Truth Social. And some fools, when I say people are daft, you say it's an abusive word. It's not. Some daft people said the social media where he posted it should remove his account. They forgot that he owns Truth Social. President Trump said that Rob Reiner died of TDS, a disease called Trump derangement syndrome. People that just hate Trump and say bad things about Trump. You know, you guys are going to say respect the dead, right? Did the dead do something wrong in their lifetime? You said that nonsense when my dad died. Do you know what my father did? My father watched me sexually assaulted. And he ran from the scene. And when he turned 89, almost 90, he died and was buried, and you want me to go and celebrate his life? It'd be different if he didn't stop me from trying to tell the world my story. But to stop me from telling my story, he ran to a newspaper and wrote them that I was mentally insane. He said I was mentally insane, and he said that I accused him of sexual abuse. Twisted the whole story so that if anybody reads that Kemi accuses her father of sexually abusing her, she's actually crazy. Why would her father do that? You see what he did? This man was a horrible bastard. And Nigerians bought it. Coming out of Premium Times, they bought the story and everybody started calling me a mad woman, insane woman. I lived with that stigma throughout Nigeria. That's why I would never return to Nigeria. I'm glad I have no family left there. I would never return to Nigeria, and I never return to social media where they're Nigerians. Today I wrote Meta. Okay. Who is this person? Why don't you just relax, chill? You drive good people. I don't give a fuck about anybody, please. Fuck off if you want to fuck off. I really don't give, what's the big deal about my location? I'm not hiding my location. The people that know my location know my location. You don't need to know. I don't fucking know you. Okay? So if you're a good person, you said, I will drive good persons away. So fuck yourself. Unfollow if you dare. You can't unfollow because you're addicted to my content. Nobody needs you. I don't know you. I don't want to fucking know you. Why are you hiding my location? Who's hiding? You don't know anything about me. What's the big deal about my look? If you try me, I'll block your ass, and that will hurt you more. Interesting things about life. Hi, Kemi. Who told you to call me Kemi? I'm Dr. Olunloyo or Dr. Kemi. You couldn't call me Kemi. Auntie, mommy, and all that. It was all that nonsense you were calling me. Now you're calling me Kemi. Do I even know you? You know, I don't want to know about your family, please. IDB, whatever. You're rude to me, and I need to take you off this, whatever. I don't like stupid people. I'm very particular about who follows me now. I blocked like 90 people on YouTube yesterday, and the comments they left were not even like today or yesterday. It was like probably months ago. Those comments that are held by YouTube. I don't need nonsense around me. You know what I mean? You're rude. You're fucking rude. Shut up. You're fucking rude. What's the big deal about my location? Why are you with your graduate? Who do you think you're talking to? I will block you. Okay, you're probably a fake doctor. I'm not a doctor of medicine because you fools are so daft. Okay, I'm a doctor of pharmacy. You're so daft. That's why you all believe David Hunter when he said I was not a medical doctor. You have never heard doctorate degree in different things? All you know is medical doctor. I'm going to remove all of you now. Look at this one said, you're a scam. Remove. I don't even want you. Let me remove you. I love blocking people on, what's it called? Hide user from this channel. Good. Who's the other one? Let me hide you. You don't need to be following me, please. You're not part of my 2026. Good. I've removed those fools. Those days are over. You want to follow me? You do what I tell you. Just because you have a phone or a keyboard doesn't give you the authority to speak to me anyhow. I took that insult for years. We're not taking anymore. I'm in my corner. I don't want certain people in my corner. I will be waking up every day, read the newspapers as I do, read the news and ongoing whatever, and I'll give my review in a video. The camera might be on my face, the camera might be a podcast, but I will talk about anything I feel like. Don't come to my comments and be telling me, talk about Harrison, Guamishu, no, don't tell me what to talk about. Don't fucking tell me that. I'll talk about what I feel like talking about. This is not journalism, okay? This is not journalism. This is Kemi Olunloyo's YouTube. You can see the bio. It doesn't say I'm a journalist. YouTube is a hobby now. I started YouTube as a hobby and I came back to it as a hobby 2005, 20 years ago. I'm not here to supply any news. If I critic or I have an opinion about something that happens to be in the news, fine. But all I do is I sit in my corner all day reading and writing a book about my career. I'm not writing a book about my life. I've told my story in 78 videos, and you've watched them. I don't think I have time for a memoir or any of the horrible stories that would bring me back into depression. I'm just writing a book about my career. Practicing journalism in Africa is a waste of time. It's a waste of life, a waste of time. If you know anybody studying journalism in Nigeria, tell them to move to another major because there's nothing you can do with journalism in Africa. No matter all the symposiums, and I went to, no, I didn't go out. They invited me to one journalism symposium in Ghana earlier this year, and they wanted me to actually be a speaker, and I couldn't make it for other reasons, but I wasn't interested because you can't be a journalist in Africa. It's not possible. Okay, you're working for the owners of these TV radio stations and all these organizations that are politicians and businessmen, their friends. No, you can't report news fair. You cannot. Okay, the businessman that owns Channel, John Momo, is Tinubu's friend. All of them have to be Tinubu's friend. Tinubu owns TVC, politician. Doc Bessie owns AIT, politician. Is late, but it was a PDP politician. Awolowo, who was also a journalist, owns the Nigerian Tribune, late, of course. There's a lot, you know. I watched the Nigerian Tribune go from a newspaper, the oldest newspaper in Nigeria, to trash, complete trash. Under Bayo Ogunwusi, who my father paid a lot of money to change stories, to alter stories, brown envelope journalist. That's what they do there in Nigerian Tribune. When Wale Awolowo died, I think one of the daughters of Awolowo is running the paper now, Mrs. Oyediro. When she's gone, it would have probably been Segun Awolowo, but Segun died. Some of the children in that lineage, they don't like journalism. So I don't know who's going to run that paper eventually. See what happens to my uncle's paper? It went from a paper to trash. Oluwaboderi, my uncle. Today, who's managing the paper? His daughters. You know Wumi Obe, the singer? She's one of the board members. Her sister, Angela Emua. Auntie Angela, was Angela Boderi when we were in school days. Auntie Angela is running the paper, and Wumi Aboderi and Wumi Obe, the singer. Because they're the only two children left. Wale died. Wale was actually the one running that paper, Wale Aboderi. So I feel bad because the children of these people, they're not into this whole news stuff. All the papers are going to vanish and everything will be online. There won't be a newsroom per se anymore. Everybody will be working from the corner of their houses and they'll be posting on the website. Punch went from a real newspaper to trash. Going to Nollywood stars pages to write all about their escape. Imagine people writing about, they would post Iyabo Ojo dancing at a party. They would post Jocks and Priscilla. They would post Doris Igala crying over a pastor who jilted her. That's news at the Punch. That's news to them now in Nigeria. That's why I feel sorry for all of you. Akpabio may have even died as I'm speaking now. I asked you guys in the comments, did you hear what happened to Akpabio? You said nobody even answered. You won't know. 5 weeks ago, I told you there's going to be Christmas attacks. 2 days ago, Sahara posted a US group warns of Christmas attack. U.S. group. Who's the group? Something I told you 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, I told you that it was a big mistake to bring General Musa back as Minister of Defense. 5 weeks ago. Yesterday, Sahara reporters posted a guy called Kunle Fagbemi who said that it's not going to work because Ribadu and CG Musa don't like each other. I told you 5 weeks ago. I'm ahead of everything in Nigeria. But then I've told you guys, I'm not an active journalist, please. This person says the most active journalist. I'm not active anymore. I did 31 years. None of you could celebrate me. No party, no nothing, no gifts. I just watched all of you. 31 years, February 9th, 1994. But I took journalism from February to September because of one reason, because of Mohbad's case. I kept updating you on Mohbad's case because new things started coming out. And in September, I told you that once Mohbad's anniversary is 2 years, I closed the case. And that's what I did. All this DNA stuff going on now, I've already reported it to you. I've told you that the argument that caused Mohbad's death started at the back of the car coming from that party or concert, and it had to do with the DNA of this boy. Minutes after I told you, VDM told you. So we both announced this the same day. VDM sometimes looks at my work and he does this video because he has a bigger audience. He didn't start the DNA thing, I did. And I wanted to dig down that boy's DNA, but look at that boy and Spending. Look how they're looking like each other now. Wumi knows. I did entire videos saying Mohbad never had any children. Some Nigerians started taking that whole story towards that king, Elegushi, accusing him that maybe he fathered Liam because Gistlover said, who is Gistlover? You'll be confusing your brains. Who exactly is Gistlover? Tamara, you say Akpabio is hospitalized. Have they announced it? Hospitalized for what? Didn't he slump and he has a stroke? Could have died. Lawrence died. Yes, a deputy governor slumped and died. Cardiac arrest. 3 different things. Heart attack is different from cardiac arrest, and it's different from stroke. He slumped, yeah? Have they reported it anywhere? And like I said, I'm ahead. They'll probably report it next week. What else is happening? President Trump is not coming to save Nigeria. I can tell you that right now. Musa, Matawale, all these different people. Badaru, their hands are not clean. Badaru's hands are very, very soiled. It's not in the news. I wonder why I'm strictly security personnel. They don't want anyone to take over. If they hear now, everything's about power for them. Yaradua died in Saudi Arabia. They buried him there. They brought an empty casket to Muritala Mohammed. I mean, was it Muritala Mohammed or Nnamdi Azikiwe? The casket that brought Yaradua home was empty. There was nobody in there. It had already been buried. Abba Kyari died. They cremated him because he had an active disease, COVID. Buried immediately. They had a live funeral for him on TV with the person that they were burying had blood around the head. Hey, Abba Kyari's PA, Dauda that went to spread COVID in his hometown when he went to visit his mother. Everybody ran to his car to see if they can collect money. They were all infected. Almost 60 people caught that COVID because of Dauda. That was the person they buried on TV for you. Oh, I hate how Nigerians never believed in my work. Tamara and Lisa, you shouldn't be putting that out. If you work in a place where Akpabio is hospitalized, you shouldn't be saying I've been taking care of him in my place of work. They can track you. You're in the UK, right? And UK law does not allow you to go into personal medical information. I'm glad you're not in the US because somebody would dock you for HIPAA. It's the Nigerian media that needs to talk, but they won't talk because they've been told not to report it. They're told not to report things. They suppress news. I want to talk more, but I don't know when my peak on YouTube is. But I used to come on YouTube at 7 p.m. Nigerian time, whatever that time is in other countries, and a lot of people would be on this YouTube. But for some reason, no one's here. Maybe because I'd stopped doing live on any platform. Anyway, I'm glad Instagram, Facebook, people are upset because my Facebook pages are all deactivated. I had 3 pages on Facebook. I have my personal page. It's there. Nothing happens there. I had Kemi Talks with 858,000. I don't know. Kemified Africa, 48,000. Dr. Kemi AI, the one I just opened just to teach AI for a week. So I deactivated everything. I don't want to be on Facebook again. I don't need it. I'm no longer working as a journalist. Instagram, I did a lot of work. My new Instagram page that I opened, I was just covering the Trump administration. It's also deactivated. X, I don't post on X anymore. It's literally deactivated, but X only allows you to deactivate your account every 30 days. If I deactivate it now and I don't reactivate it in 30 days, it's gone forever. That's where a lot of my work archives are. So I just literally abandoned it. Elon Musk has already said if you have a page that you've abandoned like that, just post once a year. So I'll run it like I will post once a year, like post like that. Jay Z and Beyonce, they post once a year on Twitter, and that will be it. I'm going to be like Jay Z and Beyonce. I'm not. I don't need social media anymore. I've grown out of it. I know a lot of you want me to be back, and I said I'll be back in 2028, God willing. No, don't save the time. Oh, don't save the time. There's nobody here. I came last night. I came tonight. There's nobody here at 7 o'clock. I don't know. So I don't know what time people are here. I have to go and look at the analytics because I haven't gone live in a long time. When they're sick, they fly them abroad. When they're healthy, they didn't invest. Well, we know that. One thing I do want to say is I'm very disappointed at Nigerians at home on this TikTok situation. Can you guys stop watching Queen of TikTok and all these handles with this black girl always telling you how you're making money and do the you don't make any money on TikTok in Africa. Okay, she's in the UK. Africa is not monetized on the TikTok. How many times do I have to tell you guys that? Africa is not monetized on TikTok. The only way we are slaves on social media. We are second-class citizens until somebody brings this up, okay? I wanted to fight for it, but I decided not to get involved. Why? Because I fought for Facebook monetization and they brought Facebook monetization. No one appreciated me. The country didn't recognize me for advocating since 2013 that I've been writing Jonathan, writing Buhari, all that. Even Zuckerberg came to see Buhari. They omitted us from monetization, but they're making a lot of money from us. So finally, in 2023, Tinubu's boys saw my video and they contacted me. I said, okay. So they called Nick Clegg, former Deputy Prime Minister of UK. Nick Clegg went to work at Facebook, Meta's monetization area. He's left Meta now. Clegg came to Nigeria, saw Tinubu, and then we're monetized. Do you know the meaning of monetized? I did a video, Yabojo abused me. I replied her back. My reply was 1.7 million views. Shared 9,000 times. 896 comments. That is a viral video, a super viral video. 1.7 million views is almost $1,300 in America, UK, France, Italy, Germany, and Spain. That is the only 6 countries that TikTok monetizes. Canada is not even on the list. Those monetized countries is where you see all that stuff that TikTok, queen of TikTok, is talking about. How you can make money. Your videos are monetized for views. Okay, so if you have 1.7 million views on a video in Africa, you don't get a penny. Is it just one video that I said I'm replying Yabojo back? I have a lot of videos that have 500,000 views. All those VDM ones. But when you really look at it, look at Brain Jotter. Look at the Otedola wedding. Brother Shaggy. Brother Shaggy lives in America now, so his own is different. But look at all the skit makers that are still in Nigeria. Lord Lamba, I think, lives in America too. But look at the ones in Nigeria, like Mark Angel. I don't know where Mark Angel lives. Emanuela, all these people couldn't make money on TikTok. Now, Emanuela is in Canada. She still can be monetized on TikTok, but the monetization for her Facebook and her YouTube will go up. The rates for monetization on Facebook and YouTube is lower in Africa. When are you going to tell people in the Western world that African creators are good? You won't talk. Only the Ghana government is talking. Sammy George, the Minister of Technology and Communications and all that, he's the one talking about Ghana creators are good. TikTok must monetize Ghana. If you don't open your mouth, they will come and monetize one single country. And it's not going to be South Africa. It'll probably be Ghana. All this time I'm talking, what am I getting? I don't get any money. Okay. Look on top and see where it says live. Look at the US dollars, 0. Because you guys don't reward creators. But creators provide entertainment, skit makers, all these people doing dramas, short dramas. They have millions of followers, but they ain't making any money. 0. They're not monetized. So me, I don't think I can be a streamer until I visit the US, okay, to see my son. I will stream because I know I'll be collecting money. VPN doesn't work for these things, okay? They still know where you are. They bypass VPN. There was a time when I used to get money, not just the monetization, I used to get actual dollars on that place. Facebook, you get stars, everything. But today, monetization came in very late in my career, so I don't really die for it. Even the affiliate thing, I'm eligible. I'm not tagging any of these companies that nobody knows. And the people that know them, they're not watching my videos, they're not from this region. So that's why people like me, I can't be a streamer. I've been here 45 minutes now. And that's it. That's it. You know, what else is to be said? I've put some 10 videos for you out today. Go and look at the video I put up, the one of Miria and Sonda. The girl that was in the death penalty and Tinubu pardoned her. Go and see what I said about her. Miriam.